All right, welcome back to Lost for Words with Lori. It is late, as always. It's Tuesday, going into Wednesday, middle of the night kind of deal. You know, that's how the Lori do. So I hope everyone's doing well. It's been kind of a crazy busy week after birthday weekend, which was fantastic. I had a great time hanging out with my canine besties, and they took me out for a really wonderful dinner. And then Saturday, I just kind of did my thing. I bought myself some items. I ate some foods. Sunday, I took a little road trip and talked on the phone with one of my besties, my sister from another mister up north, and just kind of enjoyed the weather. It has been really nice down here as of late. It was like 70 degrees today, so it feels like spring, although that temperature is supposed to plummet again, and it's going to be close to freezing in the mornings again, which is pretty much the way winter works down here in the southeast. You just kind of roll with it, I guess, but could be worse. It could be snowing and below zero with the wind chill, and I don't miss that one bit, to be fair. So that's kind of been that thing. I'm getting ramped up to go back to work at the gas station tomorrow. So Wednesday being my long day. I've been packing and just organizing still, trying to get stuff together here and make some decisions about whether I'm going to purchase this house. I'm still on the fence about that because there's some issues with, I had an inspection done and there were some things wrong with the house, and I'm still trying to decide whether or not it's going to be worth the investment, that I'm probably going to have to throw down a couple $1,000s on some things. And I don't know, I'm just not stressing it. I'm just taking it one day at a time and trying to figure that whole thing out. So, but yeah, speaking of taking things one day at a time, having conversations with my sister from another mister, and she was talking to me about this Facebook dating thing, this dating app thing, and I've been pretty good just kind of doing my own thing and being my own human and not worrying about relationships, right? I mean, obviously I'm, still going through the whole grieving process and all of that, but I kind of at her urging decided that I would put a little profile out there on this dating app thing, and 24 hours in, boy, let me tell you, what a mistake that might have been. I don't even fucking know. I don't even really know what to think about it. I mean, I haven't been on the market in years, and it's kind of crazy when you're healing from from trauma or from relationship stuff. And through therapy, it's been the realization that I, hadn't been alone in 50 years. And I've, been in pretty much constant relationships with a short period of time where between Cheyenne's father and I, where I was, single, but I was young. I was, in my late 20s and just kind of enjoying time with my friends and partying like a rock star. But, after my ex-husband and I split up, Toby and I were, together right pretty much from the get-go. And I really didn't have any time to be by myself and figure out what made me tick or what my life was going to be like, as a solo individual. I had really no idea what that was going to look like, and I haven't really cared either. But, what the hell? I figured I'd just throw myself out there and see what would happen. And dating after you're 50 is really a little intimidating, and it's a little crazy. It's not the same as it was when you were young, for all sorts of reasons, especially because I'm wiser and older and I know myself pretty well, and my expectations are way different than they ever were. And I never really considered myself to be wanting to look for a relationship. But I'm not a casual hookup kind of gal either. So I just figured, well, what the hell, just see what's going on in the scene, maybe meet some people and see what that's about. And I'll tell you, I've met a couple of really nice people. And you know me, I'm a communicator, right? So, you want to open up conversations and talk to people and find out what makes them tick. And of course, there's always going to be these pervy old men who just want to send you unsolicited pictures of their, of their chickens, so to speak. We'll keep it PG and friendly, I guess. And then there's always people who are, kind of needy and emotional, and you try to weed it out by putting straight up what you're interested in, and you take it for face value. You go looking at all these pictures and reading these things that people are throwing out there about themselves, and they say, oh, friends first. But to be fair, what I'm finding is that that's kind of a myth. I think as I'm discovering, people really are kind of in it to win it, and it's either they want to hook up or they think that you're gonna instantaneously meet and fall in love and have the picket fence kind of thing, and I don't know, it's unrealistic, and when you tell people that you're transparent to a fault, and you are, and you throw a boundary out there like, yeah, I don't want to see a picture of your chicken, they just kind of go run screaming, I guess, because they don't understand boundaries. And you know me, I'm all about boundaries, right? And I have no expectations other than I want to have conversations. I want to get to know people. I want to hang out, go do music or do something. But just because you say hi to somebody doesn't mean that, you want to marry them tomorrow, or I told one person I don't kiss on a first date, and they just kind of like flipped out, kind of. It was weird. The whole experience is really weird, and it's a little off-putting, I guess, and it's a little intimidating, but at the same time it's kind of amusing. And to be fair, the people that I have met over the past year, anybody that I find moderately interesting or that I'd want to hang out with, the unfortunate fact is they either live on another continent or they're thousands of miles away. And I'm not saying I wouldn't do long distance relationship again, because I have in the past, and in a lot of ways that might even be the better option for me. It's just that I guess I'm a little disillusioned about people who are looking for relationships, and what that looks like is so different for each person. But I was chatting with this one person who told me that they just, I told them, I said, I'm kind of an asshole, which is, it's true. I am kind of an asshole. And they were kind of on that same page. Like they were like, I just don't like people, and I'm like, same. And I said, and after being on a dating app for 24 hours, I'm ready to go adopt some dogs and cats and just ride the rest of this meat suit on this planet alone, because boy, I'll tell you, it's a whole different ballgame when you are very self-aware and you're very sure of what you will and will not compromise, or what you are willing to put up with, I guess, so to speak. So it's been an interesting experiment. Let's call it a social experiment on my part for now. Because to be fair, I would much rather hang out with my bird, or go hang out with my canine besties, or just go work at the gas station and banter with people on a small talk basis, than have to literally ask questions of people who, I don't know, it's intimidating. It's really intimidating. But to have to ask the right questions to weed out the riffraff, so to speak, because there are so many broken and damaged people. And I mean, I get it, and I'm not being judgmental or expecting other people to not have baggage, but it's to what level of suitcase people are willing to unpack or leave behind. And I'll tell you, I don't want to have to go through all of that. I don't want to have to fix somebody or worry about them fixing their own shit. I've been through enough already, And it appears that the MO, or the I don't know, the thing that seems to be very common, the common denominator in all of this is that people are looking for love, long-term relationships, and that kind of stuff. But they also don't want to waste a whole lot of time getting to know somebody for the fear that it isn't going to work out. And I can understand that to a degree, but at the same time, unless you get to know people and communicate and find out what makes them tick, you really don't, have a clue if they're going to be a fucking crazy psycho, or, if they're going to be, like a child, or if they're going to play reindeer games, because I ain't got time for that shit either. So, yeah, it's been quite an interesting experiment. I have talked to a couple of people that I really like, and they seem like really cool peeps. Maybe hook up and go to a concert. Obviously it's a deal breaker if you like my music and you don't care that I'm a chronic fucking smoker, and that I don't have time for bullshit, then, I want to hang out with you. But it's, again, few and far between, and yeah, dating apps. I've never done it before. I know plenty of people who've met people that way, and it's been a good experience. But I've also seen it be really destructive, toxic, and stupid as well. So I don't really know how I feel about it at this point, other than, you know me, it's my life now, one day at a time. I just kind of take everything in stride and put one foot in front of the other, baby steps, and kind of roll with it and see how it goes from there. But yeah, it's not been, I don't really know what to say about it. It's like deer in headlights, and a lot of it is, do I bother, or do I just say fuck it and go back to just doing my thing, because it's a little intimidating throwing yourself out there. It's I don't know, I'm not worried about my safety or anything like that, but it's like your faith in humanity, right? It's like you gotta believe that there are some cool people out there that want to hang out and get to know you. But at the same time, there's a lot of really sketchy, weird, strange, pervy weirdos out there too, who I don't know what the fuck they expect or what they're looking for, but it ain't me. It's like, if you throw that red flag in the first 20 minutes of conversation, then yeah, I'm gonna block you. It's just no, and no. But anyway, those are my thoughts for a late night. I'm winding down, getting ready for the rest of the week. Looking forward to getting back out and visiting some friends again on Saturday. And then going to Culver's and getting me some more fish, because that's what the Lori do during Lent. So I hope everybody's doing well. Yeah, I don't even know why I needed to rant about this, but I guess I just needed to do it. But that's life, right? But at the end of the day, just make sure you wash your fucking hands and be a good human. Talk to you soon.